My name is Mofokeng. I'm from the Future Water Institute. At the Future Water Institute, our research is centered around water-sensitive design thinking, which is very different from the traditional way of thinking about water from a research perspective, which seemed to be rather linear. We would think of only water from conventional water sources, such as rainwater, and linearly think about the way we store it, treat it, use it, discharge it, again, eventually back into the environment. The benefit of using frameworks such as water-sensitive designs is that it allows us to integrate our engineering solutions with the influence of economics, society, to make sure that people are connected to the water systems and water infrastructure that serves them. Our vision is really centered around making sure that our research ensures that there's equitable intergenerational access to water, and we do this through our academic labs, which then translate to living labs where we test these ideas, and we eventually take them to application sites with this continuous input information loop with our stakeholders that then allows us to refine and improve our ideas. Now, Future Water is a fairly young institute. It was started in 2017, and what has really allowed us to rethink water through the water-sensitive design lens has been through our many collaborating partners across campus, our international collaborators, and also the private sector. And we wouldn't have really achieved much without our very important masters and honors students, which over 248 have graduated from the Institute, including 25 PhD students. Our impact on campus has really been through living out the living labs within the campus, where the experiment is actually centered around the user, and we get this continuous input feedback that allows us to improve the design. And what we've also able to do is to sort of re-educate our users in terms of our relationship with water through interesting and innovative science engagement practices. We've used arts-based and poetry engagement to disseminate information around water. Some of our key projects include rainwater harvesting. So if you've been to the bathroom, the water that we use to flush comes from water that's collected in tanks that's sitting on top of the roof. We've conducted a similar system in the new engineering building on Upper Campus, which houses the civil engineering department and also the faculty of engineering. We are also looking into nature-based solutions to pre-treat the water, considering so that we can consider other different uses other than flushing toilets. Data is really important because data helps us to predict the performance of our water supply systems and to also have preventative measures should anything go wrong. We have built rudimentary sensors that allow us to monitor the water quality in the UCT dam on Upper Campus. Similarly, we are also measuring the ambient temperature on campus, where urban heat, so as we build infrastructure, including buildings, roads, all that infrastructure traps heat, and that increases the ambient temperature relative to other rural areas. So in our plight to try and be resilient and minimize increase in global temperature, managing urban cooling is one of the innovations that we are also looking into. A project that we are really super excited about is one where we're collaborating with the Department of Higher Education and Zutari, and I think a couple of other private sector partners, where we will be building sort of like a decentralized wastewater treatment facility that will be treating wastewater from some of the lower campus residents. This will sort of become a research and demonstration site, and what we are also able to do is build mathematical models that model the actual process of treating the wastewater, which will then allow us to build this replica of a digital twin so that we can remotely refine and improve the performance of the plant. Off campus, we also have another living lab, which is the Water Hub in Franschhoek. Here we really take and test innovations in methods that sort of give us like a real world context. And finally, what really sort of showcases our interdisciplinarity is a project that we have, which is called Reorientating Research, Innovation and Practice to Address Future Water Challenges in South Africa. Africa. And what it does is that we have a range of different projects that then fall into these intersecting spheres of research around governance and economics, integrated systems management, and water use and resource recovery. And we sort of underpin this around research on knowledge and perceptions. We're launching the project on the 27th and 28th of June, and we'd be very excited if there would be a few members who would be interested to find out more about the project. You can contact me during the day or pop us an email. Thank you.